Up next,
Absolutely.
we took a look back at Cena and the Wyatts from earlier, and Renee Young backstage with John Cena. She asks about the match against Harper tonight, and he says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. His plan is the same as last week. He's invited the Usos, and then they show up. And he's got a feeling that he's walking into Payback with an arena full of Bray's followers. He says that they fear nothing and run from no fight. And he puts over the Usos, and then they start doing this heartbeat thing, which was just plain weird and awkward and made me want to change the channel.
I hated it. I'm really scared I'm becoming that guy that just gets irritated by everything Cena does because I don't want to be that guy. But yeah, this is another time I just found myself really annoyed with Cena. Like, what are you doing? You look like, freaking cavemen about to go hunting caribou or something, just beating your chest like that over and over again. It was really obnoxious to me. But other than that, I guess solid babyface promo pretty much talking about how, they're going to overcome the odds because they don't quit. Usos are champions. I've got the heart of a champion, which that prompted the whole thing. And then they leave. And I could care less.
Well, then let's talk about Evolution, because I know you and I both care about them.
Absolutely.
Triple H says that this is just the beginning, brags about what Randy Orton did to Roman Reigns' eye, because it was totally on purpose. Orton says that they need to take the Shield out one by one at Payback, and maybe then they'll learn. And Triple H tells Batista, you know what, let's not wait until Payback. Why don't you finish off Rollins tonight? Make it so that he can't even make it to Payback. And Batista just kind of giggles and says, yeah, and I'm going to do it all by myself.
To which I raised an eyebrow and I said, that's oddly specific there, big man.
I know, right?
But soon we figure out exactly why that was, because we have Seth Rollins make his entrance. He's pumped up. He's beating his chest in a way that's more manly and epic than the way John Cena did it 2 segments earlier. Yeah, suck it, Cena. And then we have Triple H come out. And he pretty much said that, he said that this match is just going to have everything and be really special, which is why he has hired a special guest ring announcer, which will be himself. He's serving in that role. And that also he will have a special guest timekeeper in Randy Orton. And then Randy Orton comes out, and then you realize that, just a little something is amiss here. So,
Batista's going to do it all by himself.
He even said so in promo form. You never lie during a promo. That's just absurd.
Lying during a promo? That's like lying while under oath.
Exactly. I didn't expect that to get me as bad as it did. I'm sorry. So then you have Seth Rollins kind of looking around like, hey, what's going on here? But in typical Shield fashion, and you know what? Personally, I love this. Thank you. Thank you for having intelligent baby faces that think one step ahead of the heels that think that they're real hot shit when really they're just warm farts, because Seth Rollins gets a microphone and he says, oh, well, that's interesting, but it's good because, I agree with you, which is why we have special guest commentators.
And of course, that is the rest of the Shield: Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose. And you know what? This made the match better, because Dean Ambrose on commentary is always a plus.
Oh, Dean Ambrose on commentary, that's an automatic win. It's just, it's like, you can't get any more epic than that. And Roman Reigns, he really did abide by his philosophy on commentary here. When I have something to say, I'll say it. So, they have their match, Seth Rollins and Batista. I really like this match. I thought it was better than their match on SmackDown, mainly because Seth Rollins didn't have to play up the fact that he was dealing with any sorts of injuries, so they were kind of dealing with each other on equal footing. Some great back and forth here. You even had Batista do a baseball slide drop kick to the back of Seth Rollins. I thought that was pretty cool. It was nice to see something new from Dave. As you said, when guys like that continue to just reinvent themselves, it keeps them fresh. It keeps them from not going stagnant. So that was good by Batista. And Seth Rollins just has some great babyface offense in here too.
Yeah, dude, I like that Batista is kind of doing even a little bit to keep his repertoire modern, because for the most part, he's all about spine busters and power bombs and just picking people up and then throwing them down really hard. But he actually pulled out a little bit of a finesse maneuver there with the baseball slide drop kick looking thing. Like that, to me, even though it was kind of an unorthodox baseball slide, it still looked cool to see a 300-pounder moving around like that.
Right, exactly. I was really hoping that when Batista came back, especially when they were hyping up his training at Gracie's gym, that he would refine his repertoire in one aspect or another. So even a little maneuver like that every once in a while, it's nice. So good job, Batista. Again, Seth Rollins got some really amazing offense in here as well. He got what looked to be, again, like JTG's finisher, the shout out in here. He got Tyson Kidd's finisher on Batista, the neck breaker off the top rope. Which that was really cool.
Seth Rollins, king of undercard finishing moves.
Because you can't represent yourselves, I will. Does the flying knee off the top. Was really, really hoping, because he really got the ball rolling, that he would actually legitimately beat Batista. But he does not, because it starts breaking down pretty bad, and Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose are able to neutralize the threat of Evolution, because they seem to be getting a little too comfortable being out there and getting involved, a little too hands-on. But this leads to Seth Rollins. He tries to help his brothers out by doing a suicide dive to Triple H. Triple H catches him with a hard right hand, which causes the DQ. So Ashton did call it when we were watching together. He said, I can agree with you that Seth wins, but there's no way he's pinning Batista. I can see him getting the DQ win, and he did. So, hey, a win's a win, though, as I always say, right?
Yeah, we really should have admitted to ourselves that there was no way that this match was going to end cleanly regardless of who won it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, considering the elements we're dealing with, if they aren't combustible, then I wouldn't know what was, because these guys, they just want to rip each other apart. I have very high expectations for their match at Payback, so much so, I think we may be looking at another match of the year contender at the very least.
I think that this match might end up being the match of the year, to be perfectly honest, dude. Like,
Wow.
to me, the one thing that could have made the Wyatt family versus Shield match at Elimination Chamber better is if it would have been Elimination style.
Right, yeah, definitely.
And now they're taking Shield Evolution and they're giving it that stipulation. Like, to me, that takes it from another contender to potential number one, like, this might actually be the one.
Yeah, and no holds barred on top of that. So, I mean, these guys are going to go crazy.
As if Seth Rollins jumping off of the freaking stairway out of the crowd wasn't enough. We're going to get so much more crazy stuff. And here's my thing. If it's a no disqualification style match, if somebody gets eliminated, who's to stop them from sticking around?
Yeah, really. That's actually an excellent point, and I hope that doesn't serve. Actually, no, it won't serve to the detriment of the match, because I could see a heel being eliminated first and them using that rule to their advantage. So it builds more sympathy for the baby faces. That I could see happening. And really, Ashton, with Bryan out of action, I have a feeling that this match just might be the one to close Payback.
Oh, dude, absolutely. I think that they added the elimination stipulation to this because they don't think they're going to be able to have a Daniel Bryan match on the card, and they needed something to fill that time and that main event spot.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
So odds are, in my opinion, and I want to get your opinion on this, I think that Evolution eliminates 2 members of the Shield, leaving only Roman Reigns, who gets 2 consecutive eliminations only to be finally eliminated by Triple H.
I can wholeheartedly agree with that, because I think, honestly, Evolution needs to win here, because I think that Evolution's business with the Shield, that is the summer angle. So,
it would have been Bryan, but, that didn't really work out too well.
No, yeah, that they all had a bad time, unfortunately. So, yeah, I do think this is the summer angle again. So they're going to want to drag it out until SummerSlam, which is the big blow-off, which, again, I'm going to ask every time, pretty much every month, we still believe that, yeah, Roman Reigns Triple H is the lock. So to get there, yeah, Evolution definitely needs to win, and I completely agree with your layout.
All right. I'm glad we talked about that, gave that a good amount of time. So let's talk about the next segment, which is something that I think we can also give a decent amount of time to. Alicia Fox versus Paige.
Yeah, you know what? I was really happy about this, because these women went out and they pretty much killed it. I love this new aggressive Alicia Fox. She starts this match out with a boot to the face, dude.
I know, dude. She's crazy. I've been saying it for how long now? Alicia Fox is the Dolph Ziggler of the Divas division. She sells better than everyone. She's got a natural charisma about her. I don't know, dude. Plus, she's an amazing troll. I mean, let's not allow ourselves to forget her trash talk with Natalia, which is just flat out hilarious, and Natalia is just awful in every way imaginable. But yeah, I think this push for Alicia Fox is nice and fresh because the last time she had the Divas title, she didn't really have a personality.
No, she didn't. And what makes this so awesome, because I think some people, or at least I'm assuming, will probably grumble about this, because really ever since she started these tantrums, it's not like she's really been on any kind of a win streak or anything. But really, let's just establish something very quickly here. Alicia Fox pinned somebody that, first of all, is the current Divas champion. Second of all, when she was on NXT, only lost one match, and that was a tag match. She got pinned off a distraction by Charlotte. And third, she beat AJ to become the Divas champion, who had the longest reign in history. And then her first successful defense was against Tamina, of all people. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, I do believe Paige actually hit the Paige turner in this match, and Alicia Fox actually kicked out.
Yeah, dude, Alicia Fox kicked out of a freaking page turner. What?
So when we look at all of these things that I just listed, if Alicia Fox isn't the most credible number one contender in the locker room right now, then I honestly can't say, aside from AJ, who's dealing with her own things right now, who is. So I'm really loving what they're doing with Alicia Fox. I'm proud of Alicia Fox for stepping up her game and doing my favorite Jim Ross quote, maximizing her minutes. And I'm excited for their future Divas Championship match, which I'm really hoping will happen actually on the Payback card, because I think these guys could do something really cool together.
Absolutely, dude. It's nice, though, I will say, to finally see a contender for the Divas. Like, obviously, the Divas champion is somebody that's always going to get a little bit more character development than all the other Divas, but it's finally, we're getting actual character development from a non-champion in the Divas division who just happens to be most likely, now I'm not saying it's for sure, but most likely the number one contender for the title.
Yeah, and you know what's so wonderful about it, Ashton, is that it is Alicia Fox. It's somebody that up until now was either there just to legitimize the new girls on NXT, or just whoever the dominant divas would be, either pursuing the title or actually held the title at the time, to somebody actually in the limelight herself. And I know for a long time, and hell, I'll include myself in that group, I'm certainly not innocent. People would give Alicia Fox crap for being dangerous, for being this, for being that, and again, I'd be right there with them. But she's really come such a long way, and to have this personality and everything, hopefully other divas follow, because I think Alicia Fox is setting a wonderful example, and I'm really happy for her.
Be nice if Emma got a spot like this.
She will, in due time.
You're so confident about that Emma being the next Divas championship, or next Divas champion prediction.
Yeah, I am. I ain't swaying. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
We shall see. Yeah, so after Alicia Fox hits, what, didn't she win with a freaking roll up?
No, what she won with, and see, that's the thing, I know James wasn't a fan of the finish, and I'm curious what you thought. She got another tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. She did her running sidewalk slam position maneuver into the ring post, and then she kicked her in the head again and got the pin.
Oh, I must have missed that ending sequence, because all I remember was Alicia Fox kicks out of the page turner, and then holy crap, Alicia Fox won, and now she's freaking out even though she won.
Yeah, no, she did get more offense to put Paige down. To be honest, I was surprised she won with that. That's the one thing. I don't know if Alicia Fox wants to keep the axe kick as her finisher, because that used to be her old finisher, I guess, when she was more dominant and more prevalent in the division. I don't know if she wants a new finisher to go with this new attitude, but I that would be my personal recommendation, because I was not a fan of how she won, but I am happy that she got the W, and Paige has a legitimate, rival now for the title going forward.
Dude, it's the Divas division. Obviously, she needs a submission finisher.
Yeah, really. I mean, we'll see what she comes up with.
I don't know. Maybe she can use an armbar. That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting.
Like an omiplata or something. I don't know. I'm going a little bit too far down the rabbit hole here. So after the match, Alicia Fox starts doing one of her little freakouts. She grabs the referee, talks about she's happy, and then she goes over and slams on the announce table talking about, I won, I'm happy I won. She grabs Jerry the King Lawler's crown and gets on top of the freaking announce table and starts freaking out, celebrating with the fans. Then she gets on top of the fan barrier, celebrating with the fans. She grabs somebody's soda out of their hands and pours it on herself. What?
Hey, I mean, it's like when a coach's team wins the Super Bowl and they douse him in Gatorade.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I didn't even make that connection because normally it comes from behind, and Alicia Fox just kind of poured it on herself.
well, yeah, much to the delight of the crowd, though. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think yeah,
She
that's
got,
just
she got Jerry Lawler's crown all sticky and gross.
she'll probably pay for a new one or something. I mean, she sent Tony Chimmel flowers when she concussed him, so
I don't remember hearing about that, but that's interesting.
yeah, so yeah, Alicia Fox is a good person at heart. She'll definitely replace that crown, probably with one of her image or something. But yeah, she'll definitely replace it. So yeah, Alicia Fox gets the win.
Yeah, okay. That was kind of weird, but okay. Up next, the Wyatt family cut a promo. Luke Harper was actually speaking more. Uh, he starts talking. Bray ends up mentioning about how the Usos will be with Cena and says that they're just like dominoes in line. One by one, they all fall down. And of course, we get the Rowan run spot that we get seemingly every time they do one of these.
Yeah, pretty much Luke Harper says, that this game of yours is getting old, little mouse. Come out and play. The snake is ready. And yeah, as you said, Bray saying all that, and then Rowan finishing with the run. Just great stuff from the Wyatt family.